Hey guys, we're going to talk today about the Articles 4 through 7 of the Constitution. This is going to be a short video. We're going to be doing this pretty quickly. We're going to have a one-day lesson on it when you get back at tomorrow. So quickly we're going to just review these articles. Article 4 concerns the states. It says that all states will honor the laws of the other states, and this is what is called the full faith and credit clause. Examples, it says if you get married in one state, then the other states all have to honor your marriage certificate. Your driver's license is good from one state to another. If you're convicted of a crime in one state, you can't move to another state and get out of it. You're still going to be found guilty there. The citizens in each state are all to be treated equally, and that when criminals leave a state and go to another one, if you're caught, then you will have to be returned to the state that you committed the crime in to stand trial. It also, Article 4 also set up the rules to admit new states into the Union. They listed the qualifications. It ensures that all states have a Republican form of government. We all have to have constitutions. You cannot have a communist or other type of government set up in a state. It all has to be Republican government. And it also ensured that the government will protect the states against invasions and insurrections, or in rebellions, in other words. So it's a guarantee that the states are protected. That is Article 4. Let's go to Article 5. Article 5 concerns how to add an amendment to the Constitution. An amendment is when you add a new law to the Constitution. In order to do this, as it says, it must be one of two ways that it can be proposed. First of all, it's proposed by 2/3 of both houses of Congress. Two-thirds of them have to agree that this needs to be added to the Constitution. Or the states can call constitutional conventions, and each convention in each state will then vote on whether or not this needs to be added to the Constitution, and 2/3 of those have to agree that it should be. Now that's just how to get it proposed. Once it has been proposed, and if it is voted and passes, then we have to get it passed or ratified to be added to the Constitution. In order to do that, 3/4 of the states have to have their legislatures vote on it and pass it. So 75% of the states have to agree. Or you call constitutional conventions again, and 3/4 of those have to vote for it, or 75%. The only amendment that was done by constitutional conventions was the 21st Amendment. And the 21st Amendment was the amendment that did away with banning alcohol. For a while, the country did not allow any alcohol. And so this amendment was voted by the states to bring alcohol back. And there are some more examples there. Allowing women to vote was an amendment to the Constitution, as well as giving slaves freedom. These are all amendments that were added to the Constitution. Let's move on now to Article 6. This concerns the United States itself. It says that the Constitution and all treaties of the United States are the supreme law of the country. This is called the Supremacy Clause. It was the supreme law. We've talked about that a little bit before. No other state laws or anything like that can override a constitutional law. It requires all officers or people who are elected of the United States to swear an oath of allegiance to the United States and the Constitution when they take office. If you ever watch the presidential inauguration, you will see that he puts his hand on the Bible and swears an oath to protect and defend the Constitution. He's not the only one. All elected officials must do so. And finally, it also said that the government will take on all the debts that were created during the Articles of Confederation before the Constitution was made. And the last article, Article 7, details the method for ratification of the Constitution, or how it was, making the Constitution be our law. The deal was that 9 out of the 13 states had to accept it before it could go into effect. So they each held conventions where they voted to whether or not to accept it, And if it was going to be our law, 9 states had to agree to it. And as it says there, this is going to lead to some problems, which is how we end up adding the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. We'll talk more about that, though, later.